Cool. And just to let you guys know, well, first and foremost, happy Monday. Welcome to the Schnitzer Leaders and Builders Call. If you are here, you are a leader or you're a builder. And if you're just leading a team of one right now, you're still leading somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Love it. Let's go. So if you guys ever miss a call and you want to watch a recording, Kate does a great job recording all these calls and saves them all to our Vimeo account. So if you want to go back in time, watch one of your favorite calls, we always like to record this for you guys. So you can go back in time and watch the ones that you guys think had a lot of value or things that you missed. All right, let's get after it today. See if I can get this going here. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Frozen. Okay, cool. All right. We always like to start off just introducing the leaders here. Um, this is the leadership team, and we've got room on this page for more people. But I always like to stop and pause and kind of introduce these folks who I get to work with every day, who I get to build this business with, and just so honored to work with all these people and just get to know them and their families and build this thing together. This is literally a dream come true for me. This is what I used to pray for at my last career, and it's an honor to work with these folks. So joining me to my right, we've got Venus Diaz. Venus, you can wave. She's here on the screen. Venus Diaz is an agency director, on our team and top producer. She's a wealth of knowledge. We've got Giovanna and Mickey Mitru, the Dream Team. They're agency owners. Giovanna, are you on the call today? There you are.
Sir.
What's going on? You guys are heading down to Florida, so say hi to Naomi while you're there.
I will.
All right. And then we've got Bob Granzer. Bob, you on the call today?
Yes, sir, Scott. How are you?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good.
It's been about a whole 10 minutes since I talked to you.
That's true.
Cool. Well, these leaders have also replicated themselves, and they believe heavily investing into the leadership on their team. So, introducing the folks on the right, you've got Joseph Helms. He's a key leader. Sara Neal, key leader. Wilbur Smith is a team leader, working on his third month of agency owner right now. Jenny Goldsmith is a team leader. We've also got Sarah Hadley, team leader. Bob Greenwood, team leader, and Jared Salatis and Chandru Banks. Guys, this page is growing. It's a growing, and we've got room for more folks. If you want to build an agency here, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you? That's why you're here today to learn and to grow your agency. So love you guys. And we've got the 4 pillars to building a successful agency. We go over these pillars every single week on our AO mastermind call. And I wanted to bring it to you guys because this is the stuff that matters. This is the 4 pillars to building your agency large and also building yourself along the way. Personal production, we focus on those 5K weeks. You guys will see us celebrating 5K producers on Fridays team calls. And it's just a staple in our business to stay profitable, to be able to pour back in and grow your agency, and to be able to pay the bills, right? Got to be able to produce 5K to 10K weeks. Recruiting, we talk about recruiting. That can happen any way you want it. Warm market, cold market, any market. You can recruit anybody, right? Onboarding 5 recruits a week will help your agency grow. Personal development, this is learning through books and podcasts, attending corporate events, being on the team call like you guys are today on camera, taking notes, excited, ready to learn, all the things. And then agency development, which would be training, relationship building, training in groups, building relationships with people. We call that association here. It's one of our cornerstones. And then working with people who are working. And we talk about a lot about the virtual office and just plugging into the team and being around people that are doing this thing. It'll help you grow your agency big time. We got 2 buckets here. This is the main focus. We got production and we got building. The goal, and I took this from Casey Watkins. This is kind of a staple when he talks about growing his agency. I think he grew a pretty good agency so far, so he's a good person to learn from. Casey Watkins is one of the founders of Symmetry. He says 20 appointments a week and 20 interviews a week. Find a way to get as close to you can as you can to those numbers, and you're going to grow your agency and you're going to grow yourself along the way. So 20 appointments, 20 interviews, That is the focus right now, and it always will be. I think Sarah can agree with me. You never stop growing your agency. You never stop growing yourself. You know, once you take your foot off the gas on those buckets, your agency usually doesn't grow. So big focus for us. We've got agency submit production for the month so far. We just introduced these awesome people. Bob, you pulled ahead last week, man. I was just talking smack to you on Friday, how we barely got you last week and you pulled ahead. So you guys must have had a pretty killer Friday, didn't you? Pretty good closeout to the week. Cool. So we've got Grand Zerd Agency, 49,000, 39 apps, 15 riders, 3 new riders. Kate and I, our base shop has done 42,000 for the month so far, 40 apps, 17 riders, 9 new riders. The Me True base shop, oh, we're tied in new riders. Come on, G. Oh, we're tied in riders. Okay, never mind, not new riders. Me True base shop, 39,000, 26 apps, 9 riders. In the Diaz base shop, 84, 66, 8 apps, 1 rider. Total submit, and that's everyone on this board. Congrats to everyone who wrote an app so far this month.
Okay, hold on, Scott.
139,000. Yep.
Sarah Reineke just put in the chat that the Susie base did 49,349. The Reineke base did just over 45,000. That is cool. Bob Gransard, I will let you take first place with Grace this week, but we are coming for you. But that is super cool, guys, because we talk a lot about these agencies that we're modeling, we're emulating, we want to learn from, we want to grow with, and to see those numbers, that is super cool. Thank you for sharing that, Sarah.
Come on, Bob, we're coming for you.
Yeah, we're coming for you though, Bob.
The whole master agency has 12 new riders for the month. Congrats to everyone. I just saw, obviously, we shouted out Shantae. She just got her first app in this morning, but congrats to everyone who's written their first app. We're pumped for you guys to start your business here. All right, road to ownership. Road to ownership. We've got Sarah Hadley with 11,854, 9 apps, 4 riders, 2 new riders. She's a team leader. We've got Team Greenwood, 15,891 in premium, 16 apps, 4 riders, 1 new rider. Team Goldsmith, 17,421, 17 apps, 5 riders, 1 new rider. Great job. Team Smith, 19,000 on the board, 15 apps, 6 riders, 1 new rider. And Team Neal, taking the cake last week, 23,000, 21 apps, 6 riders, 1 new rider. Congrats, girl. Great job. National conference, we've got, man, we're going to talk about this every week, y'all. We're going to talk about this every single week leading up to conference. For all you new folks that just hopped on the call today, this is the place to be in August. We've talked about this last couple of weeks with our team, and if this is your first time on one of our calls, this is what we're all kind of gearing up for. Our businesses are built conference to conference here. So we'll only have to convince you to go once, then you'll convince yourself to go back every single year. But make sure that you're planning for this. We'll see you guys in Denver, August 13th through 15th. And if you guys need help getting tickets, we've got this next slide with a promo code. Gives you $60 off your conference ticket. You can use that code for you and your spouse. I highly recommend bringing your spouse with you. I brought Kate to my first conference. It was a virtual conference, and she texted me during that conference and said, "I'm going to quit my job and do this." So that was the start of our agency. And I don't think if it weren't for, if it weren't for that conference, we wouldn't have gone all in like we did. I remember making a major decision while we were watching that. And Sarah, it was actually Jacob Pogue when he was wearing a green suit jacket during that conference. And I remember him talking straight to my soul. And Kate and I just texting back and forth, and we were like, yo, this is the place. Like, she was up here in Buffalo, I was down in Louisiana. We were both watching from our desks and not telling our bosses what we were doing at the time. But we both made that commitment. We were like, hey, this is somewhere we want to get around these type of people. We want to build our business with these type of people. So it was a big decision made over a virtual conference. We actually get to go in person this year. We have the last couple of years since COVID ended, but can't wait to hug everybody and see y'all. Make sure you grab a discounted ticket. Don't pay full price. Don't do that. Grab as many as you want, but don't pay full price. All right, recruiting platform. This is entry-level recruiting, guys. It's available to all agents in our master. It's a month-to-month recruiting flow. If you want to get in the game and start running interviews, Kate is sourcing candidates. She's the mastermind behind this. She's sourcing candidates from LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, Indeed. She's doing 100% of the vetting process. So she's going through resumes and applicants and sending people first interview links. All you need to do is worry about showing up to that interview and running a really good one, which will help you out along the way, and then getting them into the system. And you can start building your agency, cold market. The interviews are booked in a round robin system. So I believe last month Kate had 10 people on rotation. And we are taking signups for May. If you'd like to be involved with that, you must have submitted at least 5K in April and commit to the $300 round robin fee to get applicants there. So again, this is entry level recruiting. I think a lot of our key leaders are in on this, but they also do something else. I know our agency owners definitely are running recruiting efforts elsewhere. I know Kate and I, we were all warm market for like our first 2 years. We didn't even do anything like this, and we didn't post job ads or go to Craigslist or LinkedIn to find our applicants. We just started growing this thing warm market, which was free to us because all it took was like a text message to someone that we knew. And it's cool to see some of those folks on this call now today. But if you want to get involved in cold market, we could do it that way too.
Yeah, and Shantae, I love your comment saying, let me hurry and get to 5K quick, excuse me. So guys, just want to touch on that for a moment. The reason that we are requiring the 5K submit, of course, if you're issuing 5K, even better, your pockets and your bank deposits are going to be flowing and it's better for you. But we don't want anybody interviewing that is not relatable or credible. This is a benefit for you, a benefit for your growing agency, a benefit for that new agent. A lot of people come to Scott. How do you do it all? How are you a top producer? How are you doing this, this, and this? Because he followed the system from the very beginning. He figured out producing while simultaneously sharing this opportunity, warm market. And now he's relatable. He's credible. We've had our time in the field and we can speak on the applications, the carriers, what a chargeback looks like, what, policies look like, things like that. And we want you guys to have credible, relatable experience to be able to speak with these new applicants about. So it is only a 5K submit because we want you guys to have that habit of producing while you're growing your team and growing your agency. It's going to be real hard if you guys bring these recruits on and you're not producing, you aren't really understanding how to get your leads and dial and close and all that. So it's important that you figure that out as you're involving yourself in a recruiting system. So again, you're relatable and credible. As of right now, it's only 5K to submit. Not saying that won't change. I'll tell you that when Ashley ran something like this for us, it was 10K. And Scott and I missed the boat on a couple different months of not submitting 10K each, and we lost being a part of that recruitment. However, it was a growing opportunity for us. So wanted to just kind of, see, and Sara does 10K. Gosh, Scott, maybe we need to reevaluate here.
Let's work our way up. Sara just texted me and said, I want to chat with you about this one. So I'm gonna get some coaching here pretty soon. I'm always wanting those chats with Sara. They're
So
like,
if you want to be a part of May and you don't have 5K on the board yet, you have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we do have to hold this strong before Sara makes us jump it to 10. So get in while you can in May.
I remember missing months with Ashley's rotation platform and like seeing different team members that came on, and I'm like, I can't believe I missed last month. There was so much gold. So many good people just came on board that I missed out on. But guys, this is really cool because a lot of the pain and struggle for Kate and I early on was just like posting the ads and figuring out what to say and like trying to juggle a production schedule with like managing an ad. It just we were so busy in production. All of this extra stuff just took a lot of time. And so having a recruiting platform like this just to kick off your building journey is very helpful. All right. And then we've got live dials for the week. Sara Hadley and Wilbur Smith are the only ones signed up right now. I think this might be an error. Is anyone else signed up to dial this week? Giovanna, you got time on there?
I'll make time while I'm in Florida. I'm still working.
Oh, you're in Florida. That's right. Okay, cool.
I'll
Hey,
make time.
so leaders on the call, we're looking a little light this week, and you can take a picture of this QR code in the upper right-hand corner and plug yourself in there. But man, I think just being a part of the virtual office is super important because most people that dial are not scheduled. Like Rod dialed and ran an appointment live this morning. We all got to listen. Wilbur runs live appointments often. I know a few others of you do too, so I don't want to miss you, but I'll give you a shout out here. Thank you for doing that. That's helpful because when I was a new agent, I just wanted to listen and to hear how people did it. I just wanted to hear them talk to their clients, and yeah, we didn't have anything like this when I was new, so this is very, very helpful. But we'll see you guys in the virtual office to catch on to those opportunities. That is it for today.
Now it's time to party.
Now it's time. Sara Reineke.
Good morning or noon or straight up noon. I don't know. Oh, lost Sarah Reineke there.
There she is.
Somebody coming with me. There we go. There we go. There.
I'll hang out with you. What does your shirt say?
Blondie. You know, I should probably. It's a band tee at a boutique. I shouldn't wear it. Didn't go to the concert. Don't quiz me on it. Just thought the shirt was cute. You know.
I should get one. I've got luscious blonde locks.
I can't believe how blonde my hair is. I identify as a brunette, but my hairdresser has like kept adding color. And then I see pictures. I'm like, I'm actually pretty blonde now, but my hair was dark, like Giovanna dark, like growing up, like my daughter Claire. That's how dark my hair was, but too late
I
now.
was a towhead growing up. You know what that is?
Oh yeah, Jared was too. Yeah, he was blonde.
Super bright blonde, and then all of a sudden it started turning red. So here we are today.
So weird. Let's
So
talk.
stoked,
Fun.
so stoked to have you on today. It's hard to introduce Sara, someone who I respect and love so much. This is tough. I didn't ask for stats, but I just love you and your husband. Just appreciate the way that you guys show up for us and everybody. Like you are in a season right now where you're pouring back out of the overflow of what's inside of you, and it has a big impact on people. It truly does. We love you guys. For those of you guys who have not met Sara yet, there was a lot of new people on the call today, but Sara and her husband are both managing vice presidents, which by promotion guidelines means that they have an agency director and two AOs on their team. If you look at their agency, they've actually got 3 130s on their team. Am I right, Sara?
Yeah.
Cool.
Susie, Jim Larson, Kelly.
And Kelly. Yeah. Yeah, they got 3 130s. So far for the year, they're at $3.6 million in premium. Sara's base shop is absolutely popping. I think you just broke out an AO not too long ago.
Yeah, Trisha and Jamie both were like back to back. So that's why
So
our base shop still did 54 after breaking out 2 AOs November and January. That's the game. That's the name of the game.
Which is wild, and you back up what you say about always staying involved with the base shop. I think that'd be something cool to talk about today for a little bit. But 3.6 million for the year so far. If you guys took off the rest of the year and didn't do anything else and didn't grow, you'd finish the year at 12 million. But I know you have a lot bigger goals than that.
Yes.
So I'm excited to hear about that today. Guys, check out these two stats. I thought this was really cool. 378 ready to writes and 238 new writers for the year so far, which is absolutely nuts. So we're on the builders and leaders call today, which means everyone on this call is a leader. Sara, you're speaking to your type of people.
Yes. My
Yeah.
favorite thing to talk about.
Cool.
Favorite thing to talk about.
Well, kick us off. Introduce yourself for those 14 new people that were on the call today.
Love it.
We'll get started.
Yeah, and I'm here because I got to go dress shopping with my future daughter-in-law. Jared went to the 130 retreat. He's holding down the fort for the Reineke agency. Sent him to Cali by himself because I got a phone call from my son's fiance. They're getting married in August and invited me to go dress shopping. And I was like, for sure,
I
yes.
saw on Facebook, y'all picked one out, huh? Successful trip.
Yes, I will
Cool.
say, I don't know if any of you are the mother of the boy. Okay, you've got one of these coming up, but the mother of the boy is a very interesting place to be in wedding planning. I knew it. I mean, people told me it's a weird place, but I am super blessed. She is lovely. We love her so much, and it is best case scenario. But so yeah,
I feel like there needs to be a book for that, Sara.
yeah, it's weird.
Mother of the son wedding planning, like 101.
The mother of the bride had the audacity of calling him a nice young man. I was like, a man? Like, he is just a little boy. He's a man. He's definitely a man. He's getting married. It was the weirdest thing to hear. Strange. Like, as the mom, you still see them as this like child, and you're like, he is literally has 401ks and he's married. So yeah, so I'm here, Sara Reineke, and Jared's not with me today, and directed Jacob Pogue in the Marshall Whalen hierarchy, and so grateful for that. Mentorship matters, and you guys are an incredible agency. You guys have Schnitzers here and Ashley Tarr, who totally nailed our master call a few weeks ago. so much so that I kept rewinding, dropped so many beautiful nuggets. She was a magical, relevant, value-packed hour of our life. So I know you guys come, then you got Danny Young, right? So mentorship matters. You guys are super blessed to be where you are, but I am the most blessed because I have Jacob and Marshall. So, I guess we'll all be winners here. But yeah, grateful to be here. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I want to talk about leadership and building today. And you've had some powerful messages that spoke straight to me in the last couple of weeks. So feel free to take this whatever direction you want to. But the Sara Reineke agency that you guys see today is not what it was 4.5 years ago. You've been here 4.5 years now, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
March
And
was
so
5.
I ask everyone the same question on Monday calls, like walk us through what the dichotomy looked like between building and producing early on, because that's what a lot of us are starting to do. We're like, hey, I know Kate and Scott keep saying we got to focus on 5K weeks and like figuring out production and paying the bills and learning this thing, but I also want to build an agency here, and I know that it's important to focus on that. So just walk us through what the early stages of your building journey looked like.
Yeah, for sure. And when I mentioned earlier about the 10K, and I wasn't saying, I really just loved your slide. I wasn't being like, we're going to talk about this, Scott. No, I really wasn't thinking that. But the reason I say 10K is because a lesson learned in leadership, because my left-handed layup was production. I was good enough, but I was never great. No one's ever had me on a production call. You'll notice, like, I'm never on that panel. No one ever invites me to that party, because I did enough. I was good enough, but I never found my runner's high and I never found my production high. I did enough to pay the bills, barely, to be honest. And then I made the mistake of not coaching that well early. And I had a lot of 5K runners. When I say 5K runners, I had a lot of people that were doing 5, 6, 7, 8K a month, it was paying their bills. It was enough. But when it came time to run for agency owner to get those big goals, they weren't 10K runners, meaning that 10 to 15K, right? And if they're issuing 10 to 15K, which is just my challenge to all of you, that there was a lot of team leaders, key leaders working towards ownership, I would encourage you to become a 10K runner, which in my mind is you can do 10 to 15 a month issued business right now. And the reason why I found it to be helpful is if you're in month 3 and your team peters out a little bit, you can be like, I got this. Right. If you can have the ball and be like, I got this, give me the ball, I'll finish it up. I can do 5 more K in the last week and a half, done. You want to have that tool in your pocket. And if you're just a 5K runner, you're not going to have that tool in your pocket, and you're going to find yourself in a situation wanting from your agents as opposed to wanting for your agents and being able to finish that thing off if you need to. So, and also corporate leaves clues, a lot of clues. And if you look at the corporate overview slide, which you should have that memorized, the corporate overview slide that shows, agency owner Anna, that's what I call her. So she's there. She's got the 6 people, overachiever. She's got 6.
I call her Ashley every single time. I don't know why.
Well, we've got part-time Paul, we got full-time Frida, but she's got 6 riders, right? And it shows her income over there. And if you notice that next slide where it shows her income, the example is she's issuing 15K or like 14.9, right? And the agency's issuing the rest of it, which means she's making what, 3,500 in passive income and almost 11 on her own pin. That's beautiful, right? So I'm like, hey, how about we just use that slide as our example of building agency owners, right? Because one, that means you can reinvest that 3,500 back into your business, leads or recruiting. You're still pocketing 11,000. And for most people, that's a pretty great living as you're starting this business, right? So that's the reason I just learned the hard way on if you build the habits of 5K runners as they're building agency owners, it just kind of they're limping in sometimes versus having they give me the ball mentality, can finish it off if they need to. And plus you're going to be making more money and keeping yourself in that 4 people mentality. So that was my thought there before I got too far off track. Lesson learned the hard way, number 74 by Sara Reineke. That would be it.
All right, so June 2025, our recruiting platform will probably change to 10K. So if you would like to be a part of May, now's your time to do it at 5K.
Sign up for May, y'all.
Hey, y'all, you're like, Reineke, get off the screen. This is not good.
It's for their own good.
I got the message early on too, though, Sara. I mean, Ashley an excellent producer. I mean, a lot of us that are here on this screen now never got to see that, but she wrote over 400K a
Oh,
year, several years in a row, and while building her agency. And she was able to, like you just said, not want from people, but just want for them. The folks that she brought in, it was really focused on relationship and building them versus, hey, I need you to put in a couple apps this month. I'm on month 3 of my agency on a run.
Yeah.
You know,
No one wants to hear that.
yeah.
And even if you're thinking it, they can feel it. They can smell it, right? When you're wanting from them, not for them. And I always say, like, when you ask the waiter, you know, what do you think of the special, the salmon? And if they're like, I mean, people have ordered it and it's good. You're like, I ain't ordering that salmon. Like, you can tell, like, they said it's good, but you can smell it that they don't love the salmon idea. But if they're like, oh, I've sold every table that's been in here, has got it, they loved it, can't go wrong, you're ordering the salmon, right? You can, they're both saying similar things, but you can feel it the way they truly feel. So that's where you just have, it might not even be what you're saying, but they can feel it if you want from them. And it's so easy, especially like we talked about the harvest. Like in Harvest 1, when you're a brand new AO or brand new team leader, key leader, and you're surrounded by agents that are squawking and starving, you want for them, but also like you're wanting for yourself too, because you're not making that money quite yet. It's very easy to slip into from them mentality. But you just have to be real careful to keep yourself back on the highway of for them. But it's a choice, you know, to do that. But your original question, sorry, I just had to share that before I forgot. But
Sarah just Danny Younged us.
Yeah. What was the question again? Did I answer the question? When Seuss and I got here, June of 2020, ironically enough, our master plan was to not tell anyone we know about this. And we are only going to use ZipRecruiter and the lead system. And that's it. We were thrilled to make $10,000 a month by ZipRecruiter and our leads, period. We're not telling anyone. We're not going to go on social media undercover. Like, that was our plan, June of 2020. I vastly underestimated the sport of learning to sell and got humbled big time, smacked in the teeth. I thought, I'm fun. I'll be able to do this. Fun did not help me at all. Turns out personality is not enough. And I got humbled big time, wanted to quit month 2. Hemi, thankfully, talked me off the ledge month 2. But it wasn't, it was 3 or 4 months later that we fell in love with this company. Truly, we fell in love with we're like, why don't more people know about this? And we became just excited about this opportunity and what it could offer. And then ironically, Seuss had baby Charlie, who's now not a baby anymore, had baby Charlie that September. So we started in June. In September, so she's breastfeeding. Charlie was a difficult baby, screaming all the time. And Corey was away at work. And so she couldn't dial very often. And so she started posting on social media. That was it wasn't like we came in with that plan. We just, out of necessity, started doing it, and we started seeing that it worked, and we attracted a bunch of people. And so we're like, oh, we'll just keep doing that. So guys, when you think, like, just, you know, be the best version of yourself and try it. It's free. What does it matter? And we have attracted so many really great people into our agency by just telling them, this is what we do. We love it. And we're hiring. This is what we do. We love it. And we're hiring. Right? Just as long as people know those 3 things, there should be no one left in your world that doesn't know those few things. So once that started happening, we started getting a few more riders under our belt. But we always knew we wanted to be agency owners. We had done the math. We're like, okay, we're starting in June. There was no Slingshot back in our day. So we had to do it the old fashioned way, 2 months at a time. And we did the math, and we knew March or April was going to be our first opportunity to hit agency owner. So we already planned it. We knew it. Susan and I knew then what we're going to hit in March and April, and we did, both of us. I was April, she was May, was her month 3 was May. But we understood that, I mean, how long does it take to cultivate writers? If you start building today, you guys know, how long is it?
90 days.
90 days. So Jacob told me that from the beginning. So I did some simple math, and I thought, man, if I want to be an agency owner in March or April, I probably shouldn't start building in March or April. I should probably start building a few months prior to that, right? So we understood that idea. So from the beginning, I understood that I wanted time and financial freedom, both. Put a 1 in the chat if you want both of those things. I just want to know who I'm talking to. Perfect. Oh, a lot of 1s up there. I like it. Okay. So then the only route to time and financial freedom is building a big agency. I don't know if anybody told you that when they interviewed you. Because you can make a lot of money. You can make some financial freedom in just production, but I wanted both. as quick as possible. Okay, so in my very simple mind, I'm like, this is like 2 full-time jobs. I don't know if anybody told you that either. Building and production are like 2 jobs, 2 different hats that you wear. But I'm like, if this is going to be hard, then I might as well just be hard shorter. Okay, ripping the Band-Aid off. So to me, I'm like, I don't want to drag this hard part out any longer than I have to. I want to produce enough to pay my bills and be relevant. I didn't miss a board very often, right? I was on a board and I was looking the other day and memory popped up. I was like 6,000 for the week and Susie was 11. I was like, welcome to my life. That's usually how that fell. I would be like number 5 or 6. She would be like 1 or 2. This is how it rolled every single week. But I'm like, 6 was pretty good for a freaking week. Nobody remembers, but I was doing okay. But did enough. But y'all, if I wanted the time and financial freedom as fast as possible, that's what I wanted. Because what I do now, put a 2 in the chat if you would like my job. If you could trade me right now, who wants my job? Yeah, you do. You should all want my job. My job now is freaking awesome. I get to do this for a living. Jared's out in California. We took 4 trips in 2 months. My bonus is more than my first year annual teaching salary monthly and going up. On a Friday, I had 28,000 drop in our account. We weren't even sure where it came from. Jared's like, Ronnie, babe, 28,000 drop in our account this month. I'm like, where? He's like, I don't know. This is our freaking life. This job is awesome. So I understood that with this job, do you understand that this job is available for all of you? This is not like a corporate position where there's one CEO. All of you can have my job. Isn't that cool? There's enough for everyone. It's a never-ending table, $1 trillion industry, right? So I knew this job existed. And I asked Jacob when he hired me, I'm like, what do I have to do to get that? And he told me, I'm like, well, can I just do that faster? Can I skip steps? He's like, no, Reineke, you can't skip steps. I'm like, well, okay, then what's the fastest way I can do that? Like, just get there, get to my job. It's so fun. And that's by adding a ton of writers. It's by writing enough. It's the first rule of business is stay in business, pay your bills with simplify to issue business, and add on as many people as possible. And most importantly, grow yourself to the best version of yourself constantly and consistently, reading like your life depends on it. If you're not doing that, then take the 1 off the chat up there. Take it off. Don't you dare hire people and build if you're not going to grow yourself.
So I just want to recap for 1 second, Sarah. I don't believe you had mentioned this. You were a teacher for how many years?
16.
16. And up until 5 years ago, 4 or 5, you had your salary and you are now making your bonus, which was equivalent to your teaching salary in 1 month.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 years are going to go by anyway. You know, we were
right.
talking about kids and how fast that goes. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 4 years is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. And you want to hear a crazy stat too. And I love numbers, right? I don't want to tabulate them necessarily, but I love knowing them and leveraging them. So you think about it, like, I know one thing they're talking about the 130 retreat, because I talked to Ellison about it, Flex, a couple weeks ago. But, so if this company is going to be a $10 billion company, right? So if you guys have a calculator, so 10 billion, that's a big number in your calculator. And I have bad news. Our Danny Young actually texted me and said, Reineke, your agency did 13 million and Symmetry Financial Group did 13 million year 4. And he said, how about them apples? Send me that text. What? I was like, okay, I like them apples. And what that did is bought me 10 more years of hard work here. Cause I was like, okay, simple math. In 10 years, you guys know the math. In 10 years, where should Reineke agency be in 10 years?
275 million. Okay.
I'm gonna round up to 300 million. So I'm going to take, do you guys believe that I'm going to take 300 million in 10 years?
100%.
Yeah, I am. For sure, you should believe it. So I'm taking a huge chunk of that 10 billion. I'm taking 300 million of it. How much does that leave for the rest of you? I literally put this in my calculator.
Don't do this to me, Sarah. Do not do this to me on camera in front of my team. I do not act like that.
I had to use a calculator. It leaves 9,700 million for the rest of you. Okay. So even me taking 300 million in 10 years, that leaves 9,700 million for you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, that's stupid. And you think like, man, this company's done so awesome. 250 million, 300. We should hit 300 this year, year 15. Good for Reineke. She's been here 5 years. Okay. 300 million is nothing compared to the road to 10 billion.
Mm.
This is small compared to the next 10 years. Yeah. Like if that doesn't excite you, and because who's going to have a starting role? Whenever this thing hits 10 billion, I want Reineke's name to be like a starring role. You know, when the play came out in elementary school and they have the starting and they're big names and there's the extras down at the bottom. Like I want my name to be up here, that I was a big player, made big impacts and helped this thing get to 10 billion. I want to be a big player. This thing is an incredible opportunity to be a part of. And the people who are the biggest players have the biggest agencies that have made the biggest impacts here. So what we get to do for a living, you guys, for a living. I know. What else do you want to talk about?
We're good. Everybody have a great day. Go get your steak. Go get
Yeah.
your steak. Oh man.
Yes.
I'm trying not to open up too short of a question here, but I kind of went over a quote that I came across the other day in our accountability group this morning. Everyone wants success until success shows up in hard work clothes.
Yep. That hurt.
Um,
That's painful.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt the first time I hear it, or I heard it too, because I'm like, man, is this, I say that I want something, but are my actions following that? Is my follow through following that? Is my ability to want to grow myself following that? So just talk about like when the hard work clothes showed up for your agency and kind of,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because think about it, everyone goes through those first 2 years in this business or that first year, and they're like, man, it doesn't feel like it's working right now, but I'm doing what I can, so talk us through that.
Oh, for sure. Nothing in this business came innately easy for me. Nothing. Not one part of it. You probably are like, oh, sure, Reineke, like your life is good now. No, it was excruciating. In the first 2 years, very excruciating. Guys, like coming from a place of literally on the way, when I got home from my first conference, the altitude conference, I'd been here 9 or 10 months. Susie and I even got on stage and did a little something on stage. When I got home, we went to go eat Mexican food. Thank goodness, because we saw on the Ring camera, a wrecker came to come pick up our caddy. It was getting repossessed as I was coming home from that conference. Like, oh, Sara, you did a great job on stage. Cool. Car's getting repossessed when I got home because we were like 5. Apparently, if you don't pay it for a few months, they actually will come and take it. That's what I learned in that situation. And if we wouldn't
Sara
have
learned
been,
the amount of months that it took.
they actually mean it. So did the, I don't know if any of you have been here, but literally hid our caddy in the garage, which I wasn't sure it would fit in there. I mean, it's a 15, don't be jealous. And we hid it in there for the day and then scrounged up some money in order to keep them at bay for one more day. So guys, like our first year, when people say, how were you able to do it? Because I freaking had to. We have 3 kids. In order for us to keep, our goals were this, they were very lofty. Keep our home from getting foreclosed on, keep our cars from being repossessed, and keep our children fed. Right? So these were not crazy goals. Like this was survival. So this is where I'm like, on top of survival, there were times in this business when it got really hard. And then I have to also check myself and go, hey, Sara, Reineke, what do you think you're going to do? You're 40, whatever. I was 42 when I got here. You going to go back to teaching? Okay. Make $2,400 a month, put a for sale sign in this front yard. Done and done. We can't stay in this home. Okay. That doesn't seem to be viable. And that's all of my degrees, all 3 of them. Teaching. Okay. Or are you going to go into real estate? Sure. Go get into real estate now. Start a real estate career in your 40s. You going to be making money immediately? Nope. My best friend's in pharma, but she's been in pharma for 25 years and worked her way up. Like, I don't know that I could even get a job. And like, my resume looks ridiculous. I know I have a skill set or 2, but it doesn't look like it on a resume. Like, where am I going to go? So, I mean, that was a very clear reality. Like, where can I go to make $10,000 a month that I have complete control over? Where else can I go and do that? I was stumped. Truly, maybe you guys have other options, but when I would stop and think about where you can go, Sara Reineke, obviously it's possible. People are doing it, right? All the time. If you guys don't get on the national call, you're crazy. I get on there every single week because I'm looking at all the white rabbits. I love that SBLI trip. I don't even recognize any of those names. I'm like, who the flip are these people earning this trip right now? Get them off that board. That's my trip. But I love that I don't know any of their names. That means new people are winning. Right? you got to get on there and see where people are and new people are winning. Like your belief level should change every single week. So yeah, those were some hards, right? I think whenever I started in June and November, I made $84 total was my total net profit at the end of November. Any normal person would have quit. I should have quit. Rationally, I should have quit. When Jared came in, he was like, babe, I love you, but you just made $84 this month. I was like, that is not great. I was on leaderboards issuing nothing, just looking good though, submitting for show like a boss just all day, getting celebrated, making nothing. It was not a great plan. That was scary. Jacob talked us off a ledge and kept us here one more day. Thank goodness. Whenever Jamie caught me at 110, lost overrides, lost my biggest producer to another company. That was not great. I mean, guys, there have been more, like, I think of like cartoon character where you like hit the wall, and like the birdies flying around your head. That's what I feel like has happened so many times in this business. But I can look back and be so grateful for those smacks in the teeth, because it was a getting my attention to get better, getting myself in a new book, getting myself to fill in some leadership holes and things that I had to need and grow in along the way. But to me, once you understand the value proposition, I mean, now there's $65,000 dropping in our account monthly, passively. I mean, and we're just getting started. Yeah, like when you understand the value proposition here, I don't understand how you wouldn't do whatever it takes as fast as you can. I don't get it. I really don't. There's going to be hard. Everybody has hard. There's not 130 that's going to tell you that it was easy the whole way up. Everybody has their hard. You're not exempt from it. But I just don't get it. If you understand what's possible, 6 digits a month dropping in your account passively. Guys, this year we were able to send my daughter, who was struggling mentally, depression, anxiety, like terrible hard things, that beautiful little girl that just went to prom, struggling. We were able to pull her from public school and put her in private school and counseling. I don't even know what counseling costs. I don't care. If I was teaching, I could not have done that for them, right? We're able to add $10,000 to the wedding fund. Yep, get the DJ, get the things, for sure. We would never have been able to do that. That would have been stressful. That was a $500 prom dress that Claire got to wear, feeling like $1 million. Got to do it, guys. This is not about mansions and Ferraris. This is about being able to say yes to really cool things like that for your family and to be able to give back. I just don't know what you wouldn't do. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, Sarah, I want to end the next 12 minutes because you kind of just went through what Harvest 3 looks like for you, and most of this team missed out on probably the most incredible, I don't even know if you call it like business overview. I don't know what you would call it. It was basically a business overview, and I think that probably could have been used for any type of business, wherever you are, whatever industry you're in. But Sarah went through these different harvests, and where Sarah's at right now, and I want Sarah, I want you to talk about what it looks like at the very beginning. Where Sarah's at right now and what she just described is for like how she gets paid. This is how it is now, but that's not how it was then. There's a big difference. So like right now, when she gets paid, it's deposit, 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 work, deposit, deposit, work, deposit, 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 work, right? Like it's where we all want to get. Everyone wants to make passive income. I saw ones getting thrown in the chat for like 3 minutes straight. So I know what everyone's focused on here. She's focused on giving back to the Greater Symmetry family. Look what she's doing for our team today.
Yeah.
And you guys will see her in Denver on the stage, pouring her heart and soul into this company. She's able to give back to her family, and like I introduced her today, the overflow of all the good things that have happened and the way that she's grown herself in her life recently over the past couple years overflows into everyone she comes in contact with. And that's not where she was when she first started here. She was developed, but this woman has taken her personal development to the next level here. Over the past few years. So she has time to give back. She has time to study leadership and to grow herself in leadership. She has time to focus on building leaders and cultivating different base shops within her team, right? She's focused on getting people to the next level, but that's not where it was at the beginning. At the beginning, it was, now hear me differently here, right? It was work, 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 get paid.
Yep.
work, get paid. And you're constantly feeling like you're not getting paid enough for the work that you're doing. But her belief was big enough that it didn't matter to her because she knew where she was going. So Sarah, walk us through, like, I know that there was a list of things that you're like, hey, this is what I would focus on. And I would say this is good for any business, but it specifically hits hard for what we're building here.
Yeah, for sure. I did this for Agency Owner Academy the last 2 years, and it kind of keeps just tweaking. And this is my brain. If you've ever seen me on Facebook, it's always bullets, like fragments, like the way my brain works. That's exactly how I talk and how my brain like spits out information, and text messages. You guys get text messages from me. It's never all one paragraph. It's like 7 short messages. So sorry about that. That it's just annoying, but I can't do it any other way. But yeah, at my AOA, when I went, I was feeling like not profitable. People were celebrating me. I was not feeling like queen of the world, which was disappointing. I mean, I think I thought in my mind, like, this is Rocky at the top of the stairs. I made it. This is it. And I wasn't feeling like I'd made it. My bank account wasn't feeling like I'd made it. And when I was at the airport and I was having a moment of like, should I just go home? Like, I don't even know. Like, it's like you hit this moment, and then I was feeling irrelevant. And Marlon Faulkner called me. And guys, this is why I give back the way I do, because people like that gave to me. People like Ashley Tarr gave to me. People like Danny Young gave to me along the way. And Marlon Faulkner calls me out of nowhere. He talks me off a ledge. And then I go to AOA. I'm sitting in the back of the room. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, I was worried if my debit card, because I didn't even have a credit card. Will my debit card work? Do we have enough money on the debit card to even swipe the card at the hotel? I made Jared call ahead of time and see how much it was going to cost, right? Like, this is where we were, just being real with y'all. And when Brad Smith was the keynote speaker, I felt like he was talking to me. Have y'all had that moment where someone is speaking and you're like, I think they're talking like actually to me right now? And it helped me so much. I respect Brad and his business and what he does and who he is, right? Who wouldn't? And it helped me so much to know that he felt like I felt. Does it help you guys to know that I felt scared my car was going to get repossessed, that my house was going to get foreclosed on? That, I mean, Jared sold plasma for lead money. I sold all my purses, sold a Peloton, sold everything, to make this thing happen. Hopefully it helps you know I also felt scared. Me too. It was excruciating. It was hard to show up and recruit and build when I was feeling broke and irrelevant. That is a hard thing to do. But it helped me so much to know that someone I respect like Brad felt like I did, right? It changed me in that moment. And I left feeling like, okay, if Brad can do this, I can do this, right? And then I just realized, and he talked a little bit about this too, like right now, when you're growing an agency, no one said these first 2 years are going to be easy, because when you're growing a new agency and you become an agency owner, even when you're brand new, like Scott said, it's work, deposit, work, deposit, work, charge back, work, deposit, charge back, work, maybe deposit, right? Like,
Forgot that part.
just whenever you get your breath, you're like, what do you mean mutual Omaha negative, whatever. Like, this is this constant. And on top of you trying to stay profitable, you're surrounded by squawking, angry, non-profitable birds that are also feeling broke and less developed than you. Okay. So you're trying to work on your development. You're surrounded by brand new people who have never even picked up a book or know how to communicate yet, who are feeling more broke than you. This is a hard job right now. Hard. And I mean, so is teaching, so is nursing. We can compare hards all day long, but understand, like, you're in the right place if it's uncomfortable right now. You're hiring people that are not coachable, or maybe you're not a great coach yet, or whatever it is. But it's hard when you've got starving birds looking at you and you're like, man, I'm starving too. It's what you want to say to them sometimes, but you can't, because you got to go lead from the front and do all the things. And remind yourself that, guys, everything Jared does and Amanda, my director of operations, does, I did all of that plus produce. It was not easy. You got to do all the hats. It's going to get a little more hard before it gets to the good part. That's why 130 is elite, because you get through this hard. So as you guys are team leaders, key leaders, AOs, here's what I would recommend you doing. And the first 4 are in all caps. And this is why Gabby told me stop yelling and accountability. I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm just excited about stuff. She sounds like my daughter, Claire. If I put a period on something, she says I'm yelling. I was like, oh my God, I'm just being direct. So 1 is read like your life depends on it. Yep. All caps. And I have a very clear rule. I do not mentor anyone who doesn't. It's a moot point for everyone. It's nothing personal. It's just, you're not going to move. I can't move you. We can't move together if you're not actively growing yourself. It's that important. Two, you're going to choose excitement, because especially during this stage of your business, there are going to be a lot of days where you don't feel excited. That chargeback from Mutual of Omaha is eating at you. Your wife is like, dude, are you going to make money or what? Like, what is this thing you're doing? Or your spouse, whoever is on your tail. You got squawking birds around you that are all starving too. You got all the things. So you're going to have to make a choice to be excited in the morning. If you are leading people, you are hiring, and all of you are on here building, you don't have a choice otherwise. You owe it to them. Do whatever you have to do in the mornings to show up with excitement. Because if you have been around me in person, in a boot camp, at conference, would you all say that I show up the same? Am I the same?
Every time.
I hope you say that. That's on purpose. I choose that because I don't want anyone to be disappointed. I want to under promise so I can over deliver, that I am the same level of excitement at any time you catch me, right? You choose it. You don't always feel like it. Okay. Third is don't slow down. Guys, a very terrible, hard truth here is everything is 90 days delayed. I wish I could change that for you.
Yeah.
Wish I could change it for me. I hate it when I'm not in momentum. I hate it so much. But when I'm not in momentum, it's because of choices that I made 90 freaking days ago. Just like I wish when I'm going on vacation in a week, I could lose 10 pounds. I always wish that would happen too. It also didn't. Turns out that's more of a 90-day thing too, whatever. Just don't slow down, because if you're in momentum, for God's sakes, keep it. If you're not, you're 90 days out of doing a lot of work without feeling like you're in momentum. It's just better not to slow down. Okay. And this is also, I want you to know, how are you serving your bigger team? How are you serving the Schnitzer agency, the TAR agency, whatever it is? You know, like how you're showing up as a leader matters. Your team is seeing you do that. You know, are you showing up as a leader on these calls or in your group me, however you're doing that? This is the place to lead first. How are you serving your bigger team? Also, this is when I would encourage you to design your culture. You are more than just a Schnitzer leader. You are more than just an AO in the TAR organization. You are your own business owner. And I want you to see yourself as such from the very beginning. Schnitzers have an awesome culture, but you can do things the same or different or slightly different, whatever. Like Jacob and I are similar, but we're not exactly the same in how we do things. Susie and I are similar, but very different, you know, in how we lead. And that's awesome. Right? You get to design your own culture. I would encourage you some evenings, sit down and design it. In the Neil agency, this is what they're going to feel, expect, how I'll show up, like start designing it, have it written down somewhere. And this is when you need to stay close to your mentor. I know you hit key leader and you're ready to fly on your own. You are not. Stay close. Let the bigger agency still feed in for a while. It's really important. I love Ryan Federico on the national call a couple of weeks ago, talking about learning that lesson the hard way, where he built the tower on top and below himself. And he's like, man, one or two blocks fell out. The whole tower fell because he wasn't leaning into Griff. He wasn't leaning into Ashton, everybody else in their crew. He learned that the hard way, right? So stay close. And then last but not least is ABP. And at AOA, I give away some little seed packets, and that stands for always be planting. ABP. It just says on the back, ABP. Love Reineke, which means you're always planting people. Always planting people. One, it's necessary. All the ones in the chat, it's requirement. I don't know how you think it's just going to magically happen. You got to have people, right? But more than that, it's for the people that you're hiring. This thing is incredible, and we have work to do, right? 300 million. We have how many billion left to go? 9 billion and 700 million to go, right? We need people, and it's for them. They have a massive, massive opportunity here. So remind yourself in your building that it is also for them. So this is the time, but I would say, guys, don't stay there. Don't stay there long. Get to AO and keep going. Your goal is not, I'm going to be a validating AO. Don't ever let yourself say that. It makes me crazy. Because if you're just a validating AO, you're still surrounded by squawking birds and you're just above water. Don't stay there. Your goal is not to be a validating AO. Your goal is to be a thriving equity partner with several direct 130s, maybe 10. My goal is to have 10 direct agency owners and 4 to 5 direct 130s before I'm slowing down. That's life. That's freedom, right? That's the goal. don't have the goal be a validating AO, because then you're just focused on that 30 number. And that's not where life is. That's not where the good stuff lives. That's not where my job description lives. So yeah. Do you want me to go on to the other harvest? Because they're mostly here, right?
That's it. I think, you know, we got to see a good, like a really cool, like peek into what life looks like for you right now. I think most of us want that job. You know, we want to spend our time pouring back into people.
Yeah.
We want to spend our time serving symmetry and serving the bigger mission. But getting through Harvest 1 is like, I want to do it quick. I don't want to get out of that as soon as I possibly can, because I remember feeling like with Kate, the month after we hit AO, the very next month we made $4,000 and we need 10 just to live.
Yep.
Right. And so that was that month where I'm just like, I want to get through this. If I want people on my team to be able to say, I just pink slipped my boss, or I just made more than my husband for the first time ever in my life, or I just made the most I've ever made before, I had to grow myself bigger from there.
Yep.
So
And really,
yeah.
just one last thing with that, Scott. It's like, yes, you had to get to 10K, but or if you're at 4K, you have an agency full of people who are making less than that.
That's it.
That's miserable, right? When I
Yeah.
told Jared, I was like, when Harvest 2, when you're around 115, 120, and you start making really good money, and then nobody is making as good a money as you, that's worse. When we had a really great Christmas and we had a lot of people not having Christmas, I was more uncomfortable there, I think, than I was at Harvest 1. At least we all were kind of like struggling at the same time. And I was
Yeah.
like, get out of there too. Like, just don't stay in any of these places until you're at a place where you're making great money and you have a lot of people making great money. Because I will tell you, Christmas is way more fun whenever you're making great money, you're having a great Christmas, and you have a ton of people in your agency having a great Christmas too. It just makes this thing a lot more fun.
So good. Thank you for your time today. Can I share a short story about the first time like you really impacted Kate and I? This was like our first, one of our first interactions. We're sitting at conference and we won a spot up to the front. Like we weren't a 130 or an AD or an AO at that point. This was our first in-person conference, and Jared sits down and he turns around and he hands me your guys' Quigley, and he goes, "You guys are gonna win this award someday. You guys are gonna win this." And he let me hold it, and my hands like almost fell to the ground because those things are 75 pounds.
Yes.
And we're here with you. We got our one.
Yes, you did.
But you guys impacted us big time, and I'm just been enjoying getting closer to you guys. And thank you for pouring into the team today. This made an impact on me first and foremost, but I know everyone that listened.
Oh, thank you guys. It's my pleasure. We have a job to do. We got to go build a big company.
Guys, Sara does this to close out her guest, so I wanna copy her here. Let's throw a word or two in the chat that is resonating with you, that Sara left an impact, whether it's something she said or a feeling or a reassurance or affirmation or something. Let's blow up the chat for Sara.
Nice. Posture. Yeah. Posture is important, Wilbur, when it comes to building, when it comes to how you're interviewing, like how you show up for that matters.
Oh, I love all the don't slow downs. So good.
Yeah.
Scott, you're muted.
My son said to me one time, he goes, "Mom, I don't like it when you're not in momentum. I prefer you in momentum." I was like, "I prefer me in momentum. Like, it's miserable. Like, it's so uncomfortable to be there." And I think I had to feel that a couple of times, so I didn't want to ever not be in momentum again.
How cool that your kids
so
have
much more
recognized
fun.
that. Or,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Just to go to show they're watching.
Oh yeah. He's like, "Mom, I prefer you in momentum." I'm like, "So do I. I'm working on it. Okay. It's 90 days out." Yeah. Love it,
I
guys.
love
This is
this.
fun.
The chat is amazing right now. Sara, thank you. We love you. Have a great day, everybody. Let's go crush Monday.
See ya.
We'll see you guys in the virtual office.
Bye.
See y'all.